to my channel. I'm Laura, and as you can see, I'm back in the car again. I'm not a fan of car vlogging, but it just seems like I don't have enough hours in the day these days. So I'm going to do a quick little weekly weigh-in, number 25, for you guys on my way home from work. So let me tell you all about last week. So for the most part, last week was not a bad week. During the work week, let me rephrase that. During the work week, I'm on schedule. I have a plan. I have, water intake I get in every day. I make my foods. I eat them at work. I do really well during the work week. I've also added in some exercise to my schedule. I've been going into work early. We have a great little area right around the corner from my office to where I can use the elliptical and the bicycle during my lunch break, before or after work. And I took advantage of it last week. Every day before work, I went in at least 30 minutes early and I did the bicycle. I did the bicycle actually more than the elliptical. I only did the elliptical once. I hate the treadmill and elliptical. I would rather be outside running up and down the sidewalks than being inside on an elliptical or a treadmill. Absolutely can't stand it. But I did it once last week. The rest of the time, I did the bicycle, which is great because I am trying to get some more strength back into my knee, and I hadn't been doing anything, honestly. I hadn't been doing anything strength training wise or any form of exercise. I've been really lazy. So I felt really good about that. It's starting to become part of the routine again, and that's exactly what I needed. So that part was good. During the work week, like I said, my food intake and water intake was really good. My water buddy and I've still been texting back and forth. And I don't know about you guys, and I know some people out there don't do this, but I have always been a scale hopper. I weigh every single day. Every morning I weigh. Sometimes I weigh at night because I know I usually lose 2 pounds overnight just to see where I might be the next morning. I am just a scale hopper. Have been this way since I was a small child. I have weighed myself daily, 2 or 3 times a day. I just can't stop myself. But anyways, so I weigh every morning. So last week, I was 204.0 when I weighed in on Monday morning. And all through the week, I've watched my weight go down, go down, go down, go down. By Saturday, we were getting ready. My daughter and I were doing a mother-daughter trip to New Orleans for the weekend. And Saturday morning when I weighed, I was 199.8. So I got back down to the 100s again after my bad weekend last weekend of eating. And I was like, okay. Took me all week to pull off the water weight, a little bit of weight here and there, but I did. I was back down. So we flew out Saturday morning, went to New Orleans, stayed through Monday. Our plan landed at 10:30 last night. By the time we got our luggage and got home, it was midnight, and I had to be at work at 8 this morning. So I got in bed between midnight, 12:30, and just crashed. So I am a day late on my update, but I did weigh in yesterday, so I have all my weigh-ins. And I'm going to report, like last week, I don't know if you guys are like me or if I'm just a rare breed, but I cannot believe how much weight I can gain literally in 1 to 2 days. So this is how my scale went through the weekend. Saturday morning, 199.8. Sunday morning, after 1 day in NOLA, 202.4. Okay, I get it. We had some beignets, and a drink. I'm not gonna lie, I did not diet this weekend. So, win in NOLA, play in NOLA, and that's what I did. So, Sunday, 202.4. Monday comes around, and my weigh-in was 205.6. Okay, I've only been here 2 days. Barely 48 hours. My weight's already up almost 3 pounds or more. Thinking, okay, we got 1 more day here. We fly home late last night. I get up this morning, and this is a sneak preview basically for next week because I'm already into next week's 26. But when I got on the scale this morning, I like to have died. Normally the scale does not bother me. I mean, really, I weigh every day. I know my weight fluctuates. It goes up and down all week long. So I don't let it bother me. I really, really don't. But this morning, I jumped up to 211.6. There's no way I could have gained 6 pounds in 24 hours. Literally. 205.6 on Monday and 211.6 on Tuesday. What is wrong with my body? I mean, literally, okay, I know I flew. I know I have a lot of water weight. But for me to gain 6 pounds of fat, that would have meant I would have had to eat 21,000 calories yesterday. And there's no way I did that. So I know it's water weight, but it is just crazy how fast my body can gain weight. I mean, I just hold the water apparently. So from Saturday through Tuesday morning, 11 pounds. 11 pounds! Is that insane or what? I mean, it's just crazy. Oh, Lord. I mean, I know. I say it every week. Water weight, it'll come off. I get it. I know. It'll take me all week to pull this off. Or maybe a little more because that's quite a bit of weight. But it just floors me that my body is the way it is. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm allergic to carbs. I've said that many times. Maybe I'm just totally allergic to sugar and carbs and gluten. Who knows? But this goes to show you how easily it is for me to gain weight. And if I was to continue to eat the way I ate this past weekend, I would be right back up to 250 something pounds in no time at all. I can gain weight super, super quickly. Which brings me to something my boss and I were talking about today. Because if you've never had a weight problem, or you've never been one that gains weight easily, I mean, I've heard people just in comments or common conversation, oh, you just need to stop eating so much. My daughter and I literally ate the exact same things while we were gone this weekend. And the food, we ate the same, not maybe the exact same meals, but we ate the same times, and it was about the same amounts. The only thing different was I did have a couple of extra drinks throughout the weekend. She had one, I had two at a couple of different places because I found this blueberry mimosa. I don't really care for blueberries, but I'm not going to lie. That is like my new favorite alcoholic drink now. I'm in love. I'll never find it anywhere else, I'm sure, but it was the bomb. Anyways, when I talked to her this morning, she's only up 3.5 pounds from the whole trip. The whole entire trip. So it's just different in body makeup and chemistry, I guess. How I can gain and hold and retain so much more fluid than the average Joe, the next door person. I am just that type of person. And I just have to watch what I eat and drink a whole lot closer than most people do. So anyways, with that said, my actual Monday weigh-in weight from last week to this week's Monday, I'm up 1.6 pounds. Because I was 204 last week, this week 205.6, I believe. So 1.6 pounds up. We'll see what happens next Monday. There's no trips planned this weekend. There's nobody coming into town. I finally have a weekend at home. I'm going to do some meal prep, clean house, get ready for the next week's work week, and just work on dietary and eating right and getting my fluids in. So, mother-daughter trip was a huge success. I'll throw some video and some footage in, and pictures and stuff at the end of the video. We had a blast. We did a swamp airboat ride. We went to a plantation house. We actually did a few of the Mardi Gras parades, which when we booked this trip, Mardi Gras wasn't even in our sights. I didn't even realize it was Mardi Gras weekend. We just booked it. I had extra airfare to use, and I just wanted to get out of town. It was a holiday weekend, so that's what the whole trip was around. And then about a few weeks before we left, someone told me, you do realize it's Mardi Gras? And I was like, I had no clue. So it's okay. I haven't been to New Orleans Mardi Gras since I was 12 years old, and my daughter and I had a blast. We got chairs set up, did the little floats, got some beads and some goodies, had some fun. My daughter met the cutest little boy. He was probably maybe 5 or 6, and when the parade had stalled out, he and her got to throwing balls back and forth across the road, and just had a little fun, little games. It was just so sweet. Afterwards, she went over and introduced herself to his mom and dad, and come to find out the mother's name is the same as my daughter's, is Ariel, and the little boy's name was Archer. He was adorable. He reminded me of my own son when he was that age. He was in a Charizard, some kind of Pokemon costume, and my son at 6, 7 years old loved Pokemon. I mean, this kid would watch it every day. He wanted, every time we'd go to Walmart, he wanted the Pokemon cards. So as soon as I seen this little boy across the street, he had blonde hair, blue eyes, just like my son does. And I was like, look, that's your brother over there. And ended up, her and him started playing that day with the little ball. It was really cute. So anyhow, we had a great trip. So much fun. We went and saw a lighthouse, which that's Mom's thing. Ariel could care less to go see lighthouses, I'm sure, but you know, the old lady in me wants to go to lighthouses and get a stamp. So we did. So it was a great trip. I don't regret any of it. Lots of good food, met nice people, had a good time, just enjoyed ourselves. But now back to reality, and now back to getting on the bandwagon again and getting the weight off. The hardest part for me today even was I didn't have any food prep because we got home so late. I've really got to start doing bulk meal preps, like double meal preps. So when I do have my out of town trips, when I come home, I'm not in this situation, because now I've got to go home and cook tonight and I'm exhausted. All I want to do is go to bed. So I've really got to do better about bulk cooking and freezing my meals. I've gotten plenty of recipes that I can freeze. They warm up well. I've just got to do it. So this weekend, I think that's what I'm planning on doing. Making up 4 or 5 different meals, freezing them, because I do have another trip out of town at the end of March. So that's a good ways away. I should have plenty of food by then, frozen and saved up. But still, I need to do it because today's eating was not that great, you know, because I didn't have food ready. And the name of this game, honestly, with any diet you do, it doesn't matter what you do. Any diet plan, lifestyle change, whatever you want to call it, it is preparation. You have got to prepare your meals. You've got to plan. If you're lucky enough to stay at home to where you can cook every meal, that's great. But for someone like me who works outside of the home and has a very social life, it's hard for me to cook at home every day. That's just not who I am. So I have to meal prep, make meals in advance, and that is how I can succeed. But if I don't do it, I've set myself up for failure every time. So we're going home to cook, so I'll have food for the next few days. And then this weekend, I'm definitely going to get in the kitchen and probably spend most Saturday cooking and getting maybe even some more videos, some recipe videos done, and get a few of those put up for you guys. Anyways, just wanted to give you the full update this week. So week 25, another gain. I'm going in the wrong direction. It's like every time I see that Wonderland, something happens and I shoot right back up into the 2s. I'm going to do better. I really am. My travel is done for a month or so. So from here on out, let's see how it goes. It's got to get better than it has been the last couple weeks. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy my little weekly updates. Like I've said before, I am totally open. I'm an open book. Transparent as can be. I'm going to always tell you guys the truth because this is life. You know, we all have good days and we all have bad days. This one was just 3 full bad days of eating, and it's showing on the scale. So, any which way, this is my life, this is my journey, and it's going to take a while, but I'm going to get there because, like I said, Miss Social Butterfly here, she likes to party, and it's going to take me a little longer than it would most. Maybe one day I'll get to where I just am super focused and lasered in, and nothing's going to stop me. We'll see. And hope you join me for that journey and see how I do. Anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you like this video, hit the little like button down below, subscribe, ring the bell, so you'll have a notification whenever I put my next video up. And let's see what happens next week. I will check in with you then. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Right now, most of the adult gators are still dormant, which it's a very, very difficult time of year for us guys. They're very unpredictable. We really don't know what they're going to do tour to tour, not even day to day, especially like today with it being super cloudy. If it would have been sunny, they would be up on the banks and trying to sunbathe like that little, trying to sunbathe and stuff like that. But what we're up against right now is the dormant state. That's what happens when the cold fronts blow through and the water temperature drops below 50, 55. Heart rates of the gators drop down as well from about 65, 70 beats a minute to about 10 to 15. At that time, alligators are completely defenseless and vulnerable. It's like a human coma. So what they do to protect themselves during the winter months, they go out in the marsh and swampland, bury up underneath the fruit tall and just pop their snout through. Nostrils at the tip of their snout, that's how they breathe. They stay there the whole winter here, from the end of October, beginning of November, all the way to February, March. It's just like a bear's hibernation state, and they survive off of their stored body fat during that time as well, like a bear. But that's what we'll do, guys. I'm kind of following a routine. During the summer, I'll literally ride all over the property while the fish be right up underneath it, kind of wobbling their way through and making it den and just pop their snout out in the soft place. They come out here during this time of the year when grass is a little bit more dead and you can find their snout.
Are you actually allowed to do alligator hunting?
Yes, they have an alligator hunting season. It's the month of September. It's a native right thing, and then also we're extremely overpopulated right now. This is a galley new, guys. It's an duck family. It's country ducks. It does not have web feet. These don't migrate. They stay here year round. Closest relative to the purple galley in the coop. We have this sucker on payroll. No, they get chicken feet. Hey, come here. Watch when he gets up on the water high, so y'all gonna see his feet for a brief second. That's actually why they swim. Look at this one over here, just notice the little marshmallow sticks out. These birds are very smart.